Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Enchanted Cottage. This is going to be a reading for all signs. I would encourage you to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for various types of resonating as well as clarification on your specific situation. But we are going to be asking the question, why were you ghosted? Very good question, right? If you want to delve into anything specifically, whether it be matters of the heart, job-related questions, decisions you need to make, you can always hit me up for a personal reading. You can see how to do that in the description box below this video. Truly appreciate the feedback that I've gotten from personal readings, and I also enjoy hearing from you guys in the comments, and of course the likes are greatly appreciated too. If you haven't already done so, join my family, right? Subscribe and make sure you adjust your notification settings by that bell where you can be notified of my future uploads of readings. And sometimes I do nice little chit chats about various topics that may be helpful to you guys. So with that being said, let's take a look at my Aries gang. Aries, how are you guys doing? So let's take a look and delve into your situation and see why my Aries friends were ghosted. Again, this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? So if you don't know that information, there is a link in the description box how to get a free birth chart so you can know all of your signs. Okay, Aries, well, okay, so they really, I think, okay, Nine of Wands reversed. By the way, you have fire, water, and earth for what it's worth. So 9 of the 12 zodiac signs here, which probably isn't what's the most important part of this message. But okay, it's kind of like they felt like it was going to end before it began. And I really think for a lot of them, they were overly focused on their job or however they make their income. We do have 10 of Pentacles here. Could have been somebody, you know, with a lot of wealth. But 9 of Wands in reverse speaks to the fact that they felt like it was going to be more trouble than it was worth, possibly, and that it probably would not have lasted. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying that was their perception. That's what we're looking at, okay? Could have been some children involved. We have the Page of Cups here. You know, I think initially it probably started out looking good, okay? And, you know, and maybe had a youthfulness to it. Could have involved some problems with children. Could have involved immaturity. But I really think that for some reason, they felt like it just wasn't worth the time. And you know what? I have a page reversed now, Page of Pentacles. So again, a lot of doubts about it. Okay, and for a lot of you Aries folks, there were problems with children. I don't know what the situation was. The person, I believe, was emotionally mature. I don't think, you know, I said immaturity, but I don't really think that was the case. You know, but because there is the King of Cups here, he has made an appearance, okay? And you know what? For a minute, they really were stuck in the decision-making process, and they were really confused. 2 of Wands in the reverse, okay? And, you know, again, a lot of doubt about the situation. Yeah, and really nervous. Knight of Swords in the upright, okay? And really, probably, they jumped the gun on this thing. Knight of Swords often does, okay? You know, they'll come charging in, and then, you know, when that Knight of Swords is there, and then they're just like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, is this what I want to do? And they're like, you know, that Knight of Swords energy is almost like, and, you know, I've got the 2 of Wands in reverse that also speaks to this, kind of not knowing what they wanted. Okay, not being really, really sure when they stepped forward. So that's what I'm going to go with for you Aries folks. All right, Taurus, let's take a look at your situation and get a little insight into why you may have been ghosted, Taurus. Why were you ghosted? What was in this person's mind as far as why you got ghosted, Taurus? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see what's up, Taurus. All right, there we go. well. Communication was really rough in this thing, okay? And very well could have been focused on something like their job, okay? We have the King of Pentacles here. Could have been maybe some seeming like that things were going well, 3 of Wands, and then boom, all of a sudden, you know, 8 of Wands in reverse. 3 of Wands, you know, can speak to the need to do some healing, okay, sometimes, yeah, okay. Page of Swords in the reverse, okay? Some of you, this person was very critical, yep. And, you know, for them, 7 of Swords in reverse, things were not going really, really well. But the communication was really not good, okay? Just really, really poor communication. And because of that, your person felt like it wasn't going like they wanted, okay? And Page of Swords in the reverse. You know, there were some things that we're not seeing. Kind of a lack of objectivity, okay? And maybe they were overly critical of you and didn't see your value, okay? I kind of get that from these cards. So, I don't know exactly, yeah, okay. And really, the whole reason that they stepped into this thing, and maybe you, was from a loneliness thing, not wanting to be alone. 9 of Swords, okay? A lot of anxiety, you know, associated with this thing. Could have been egotistical. Again, overly critical. I'm getting that with a couple of these, the commonalities in some of these cards, okay? But for whatever reason, you know, they, I believe, just didn't see some things in an objective way. There were communication issues, and really the whole reason that you guys came together to begin with was probably for not the best of reasons. So, you know, of course, that is going to probably end up in, you know, a less than pleasant ending, shall we say, okay? So my advice would be to kind of go inside and see, you know, what your real motivations are for getting into a relationship. If it is loneliness or just not wanting to be alone, then Taurus, you know, I would really recommend taking a break from dating and doing some healing. Okay, so Geminis, why did you get ghosted, Gemini? Let's take a look. Why did you get ghosted? Take a peek into your situation, Gemini. Let's take a peek. Why'd you get ghosted? Let's find out. Let's find out, Geminis. Let's find out. Well, okay. Okay, this was a strong soul connection. Boom. I can tell you. But I don't believe that you were ready for it. Okay, you have the Lover's card. May have been dealing with a Gemini water sign, you know, or Aries possibly. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, you got the Lover's sign. This started out very, very passionately. Very passionate and an intense connection. Okay, and the person came off as being emotionally available, but then all of a sudden there were disagreements, and that's what I'm getting. And I got another card that speaks to a strong soul connection. These connections have a purpose, and typically it is much more than romance. It's all about a learning situation, okay? But you have the Knight of Cups here, came charging in, the heart's true home, but ultimately there were some disagreements, maybe not seeing eye to eye, and that, I believe, was the major problem here. Somebody didn't see something. 2 of Swords, okay? 2 of Swords is all about conflicting opinions where, you know, almost like deal breakers, okay? Lack of ability to communicate, very oppositional. And, you know, if it's not enough, we have the Empress in reverse, and that does speak to disaster, okay? Excuse me, had it gone forward. And 2 of Wands in the reverse. A lot of confusion about this situation. Again, somebody wasn't seeing something, okay? Could have been you, could have been them, probably both, just to be honest. 2 of Wands speaks to being stuck in the decision-making process and really having a lot of doubts about this thing. So I think they came charging in really, really quick and really, really fast, swept you off your feet, you know, came across as very nurturing, but at the end of the day, there was some communication problems or disagreements or, you know, differing viewpoints that became deal breakers, and, you know, a lot of confusion. That's kind of what I'm getting from that, Gemini. Yeah, things not being seen, the Moon card, okay? A lot of illusions, okay? There were things that you may not have seen. You may have been dealing with a Pisces, okay? We got every zodiac sign here, but the majors, for what it's worth, are Aries, Gemini, and Pisces, and Cancer energy as well. Okay, but with that being said, there are, you know, don't believe everything you hear and everything you see about this one. There is more that you don't know. That's what I'm getting, okay? There is more that you don't know. They were weighing options. You got the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands reversed, okay? And the Lover's card can speak to that as well, okay? There may have been another person involved here, and I don't have the third party card, but I got enough other cards that makes me think that, at least for some of you Geminis, there was a third party that you may or may not have even known about, okay? All right, Cancer gang. Why did you get ghosted? Let's delve into this situation a little bit, Cancer. Why did you get ghosted? Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Cancer. Let's see what is up in your situation being ghosted. Let's take a look. Well, some of the same card, one of the same cards that we had for the Gemini, not always, but okay. So for what it's worth, air energy, lots of it, water energy, Empress card. Okay. So this person, you know, first of all, I think the reason you came together was because you were just like, didn't want to be alone. Loneliness. Nine of Swords. Okay. Really feeling lonely and, coming together for that reason. Okay. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Really just, you know, and Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, both of those things together, the commonalities there is somebody had not worked through their baggage from something in the past. Maybe you, maybe them, probably both. That is the law of attraction. All right, came across as very nurturing and very mature. Okay, the King of Cups has shown his face. Okay, really ready to, I think this was you, really ready to step up to the plate. Had it gone forward, Empress reverse would have ended up in disaster. But basically, they're still carrying some wins from the past. Hello, when you come together for reasons of loneliness, that is why, okay? And Five of Wands, very conflicted about this situation, okay? Struggling. And again, you know, because of not having worked through some stuff from the past, it was an intense soul connection. I'm getting that from a couple of cards, including the card we just pulled, which is the Lover's card, okay? This had a purpose, okay? And I can tell you what it was. It was to get your attention about the shadow work needing to be done, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. That is what the cards are telling me, okay? These strong soul, intense, you know, connections with, you know, that meet the criteria of traditional twin flame teachings, okay, are for a purpose, okay? And more often than not, it has nothing to do with finding your end-all be-all and everything to do with awakening you to some things you need to heal in yourself, okay? That's what I am getting, Cancer. It is what it is. The cards don't lie, okay? It would have ended in disaster. And I'm going to tell you, there is nothing that can go toxic quicker than intense soul connection whenever people have not done their work and energetically ready and continuing to do the work, both parties, whenever this thing takes off. But you came together because of loneliness. You probably neither one had worked through some stuff in the past, okay? So my recommendation is to take a break, you know, do the healing, go inside. Certainly you can do what you want to, but trust and believe the lessons get more and more intense every time they happen. Why do I know? Walk that path. Okay, so Leo gang. All right, Leos, let's take a look at your situation. Why were you ghosted, Leo? Why were you ghosted? Let's find out. Let's find out, Leos. Why were you ghosted? Wow, this is overwhelming, the amount of cards that are coming out. This was a strong soul connection. Again. Okay, so, all right. You've got air, fire, water. Okay, you've got Virgo specifically. Maybe, maybe not. But here's the thing, Leo. First of all, came in charging in. Very intense soul connection. Felt like home. Okay. But there were some struggles, and you really came together because of loneliness, fear of being alone. 9 of Swords. Probably because you had not worked through some past stuff. 5 of Wands, okay, so still struggling. This thing lost its spark, okay. 7 of Cups in reverse, okay. 2 of Swords in the upright. Conflicting opinions, disagreements, pushing each other's buttons like strong soul connections will do whenever they have not worked through their crap before coming into things, okay. The advice is very clear, okay. The Hermit card tells you to go inside and do the energy work. Okay, strong soul connections, and I feel like a broken record in this thing. The whole reason they happen has very little to do with romance, and always, they're not by accident. They're very much part of the divine's work, okay. And it is all about this. It is to awaken you to heal your past wounds, okay? Because you came together, in my opinion, I'm just calling this, you know, I'm not that tarot reader that's going to tell you what you want to hear. You came together for the wrong reasons to begin with. It was out of loneliness, fear of being alone, okay? And, you know, but for whatever reason, you know, a lot of conflict, 5 of Wands. And the 2 of Swords, disagreements, pushing each other's buttons to the point you don't even know what you're fussing about anymore. Hello! The universe is screaming at you to get your attention through this thing, Leo. I'm just calling it like I see it. The cards do not lie. Go inside. Go inside. Shadow work, okay? If you don't know what that is and what I'm talking about, you can look at my playlist called The Life Preserver. There's going to be more stuff coming out very soon on shadow work, okay? So, yes, definitely need to go inside. All right, Virgos, let's figure out what is up with your situation. Why were you ghosted? Why were you ghosted? Why were you ghosted, Virgo? It's amazing the repeating messages that I'm getting in this entire reading. It is crazy. All right. There we go, Virgo. Let's see. All right. So, you've got a lot of earth energy towards Virgo, Capricorn, for what it's worth, okay? This person was really, really focused on their coins, okay, for whatever reason. Now, this was not a situation with drama, okay? Tower reversed. Just going to call it like it is. And this person, I really feel like, kind of looked at this thing a minute before they made a decision. But for you, it's kind of different, Virgo. They were really focused on their coins. 2 of Pentacles, they were weighing their options, okay? And they knew that it was a possible partnership, okay? But 7 of Swords in the reverse speaks to this thing probably not being successful had it gone forward. Why? Because they're really focused on their money. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles here, and 2 of Pentacles, okay? So really, it's not really, it was not so much about drama. It was really about them kind of just not really being ready for relationship ready. Yeah, they withdrew. And this is the Virgo card. And they, you know, in my opinion, what happened is they kind of went inside and said, you know what, I'm really not relationship ready. I don't think in this case it speaks to anything. Yeah. And, you know, had it gone forward, you probably would have gotten hurt. 3 of Cups in the reverse, okay? But it just, you know, because, you know, the longer you stay in a relationship and you invest time and energy, you know, the more it hurts. So I really think that this person was really mature enough, King of Pentacles, to make a decision that they weren't relationship ready, that they weren't really ready to invest time in a relationship, but that they really wanted to focus on their job. That's kind of what I'm getting for you, Virgo, kind of a different type of a scenario. But yeah, you know, and it's all a new cycle with this person. I don't know, but what you may hear from this person again, Virgo. And that's kind of weird because I don't normally say that in these kind of readings. But you know what? As I said that, the Knight of Cups came out. That's your knight in shining armor. I think some of you may hear from this person again. I don't think this is a bad person, Virgo. Wow. I hope it wasn't ghosting in the traditional immature sense, okay? Because just from my own standpoint, I'm going to say to you to be very mindful of the situation. Don't get overly invested before you get the whole story. And you get that sometimes by observation and not by what comes out of somebody's mouth. Hello. Okay, so just be cautious in this thing, Virgo. That's what I'm going to say. Wow, that's kind of a different reading for ghosted, but okay, it is what it is. All right, Libras. Let's take a look at your situation. Why were you ghosted? Why were you ghosted, Libras? Let's take a look at why you were ghosted. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Libra. Why were you ghosted? One cut's going to do it. There it is. Okay. Well, there was a lot of nervousness about this thing and a lot of doubt, okay? Could have very well involved children in the situation as far as the decision to move on. But this person was probably very angry. Could have been distance as an issue too, okay? Knight of Wands, okay? But we do have the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? There was something that was unknown. Okay, or they felt like they were keeping a secret. Maybe you knew about it, okay? Sometimes when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, it's like the person's trying to keep a secret, but not doing a real good job of it. But, you know, could have been controlling too. All right. But for whatever reason, it lost its spark. Seven of Cups in reverse, okay? But distance could have been an issue. Job could have been an issue because we have the Ten of Pentacles here. You have fire, water, and earth for what it's worth. But, you know, some of these folks may have really jumped the gun on this thing. Knight of Wands can do that, okay? Let's get some clarifiers. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? They were not really willing to put in the time to see this thing through, okay? They didn't feel like it was worth their time, and they felt like it would take too long and too much patience, and they were really, really feeling impatient. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. But there was something you didn't know. There was something you didn't know. That's what I'm getting, Libra. There was something you didn't know. Yeah, Ten of Cups in the reverse, rejection. Okay, could have very well been multiple options here. I have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. That could speak to a third party. Seven of Cups, I know it's in the reverse, but many times Seven of Cups has to do with pondering options. Okay. But this person really debated about this for a second, not long. Okay. But once they flew the coop, man, they flew the coop like in a heartbeat. Knight of Wands. Boom. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Yep. It's what I'm getting. Yep. King of Cups in reverse. Probably immature. Just not really patient enough to see this thing through. Kind of, yeah. I think this person was really impatient with you. Not really willing to put in the work. Didn't feel like it was worth it for whatever reason. And like I said, for some of you, it involved distance. They felt like you were too far away. Okay? Just going to call that out. All right, Scorpios. Let's take a look at your situation, Scorpio. Why were you ghosted? Let's take a look, Scorpio. Why were you ghosted, Scorpio? Take a look. Why were my Scorpios ghosted? Why were my Scorpio friends ghosted? Well, all right. So here's the deal, Scorpio. They really, okay, some of you, you've got the Knight of Wands here. You've got every sign represented for what it's worth. But okay, for some of you, it had to do with distance, plain and simple. They felt like you were too far away, okay? Knight of Wands. Okay, could have been that they had not worked through some things, okay, because I have the Four of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Wands can speak to somebody who has a lot of anger or bitterness, and that is because, you know, that does result, excuse me, when somebody has not worked through their past stuff, okay? But there were doubts about this thing. Could have had children in the mix as far as making a decision. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, not feeling like it was worth their time. Okay. And honestly, you know, there was something hidden. Five of Swords, some deceit here. Okay. I think you were really ready to move this thing forward. Okay. But not so much them. Okay. Again, King of Cups in the reverse, rehashing the past, kind of blaming everybody else for their problems instead of taking responsibility. Okay. And a loss of optimism about the whole thing, okay? Ace of Cups in the reverse, okay? And kind of selfish. I get that too. Emotional immaturity, emotional unavailability many times. You know, probably came charging in real fast and seeming like all that in a bag of chips, okay? But just not so. But there was something you didn't know, deceit, okay? Hidden agenda, some turmoil. Again, I really think this person had not worked through some baggage from the past, okay? And maybe that speaks to both of you guys. All right, Sagittarians, how are you doing? Sagittarians, let's take a look at why my Sagittarius friends were ghosted. Let's find out. Let's find out, Saggies. Why were you ghosted? Let's find out. All right, Sagittarius. Well, the person felt real nervous to begin with, okay? Knight of Swords, okay? And Knight of Wands. Yes, boy, did they ever, okay? Very, very chaotic, angry energy, impulsive, shoot first, ask questions later. Two of Pentacles. They realized it could have been a possible partnership, but at the end of the day, they did not have the patience to see it through. Really struggling with making a decision, okay? King of Swords, okay? You know, and you also have the World card, which is kind of interesting, because at the end of the day, this thing actually did have some potential, but this person really was nervous about this thing. And in my opinion, what I'm getting from this is impatience, the commonality of the cards, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting, okay? You know, and it could have been distance, okay? Could have been distance, could have been an issue, okay? But really, I just think this person was kind of nervous about making a commitment, maybe. Let's get some clarity. Yeah. This person was really conflicted about the whole thing. Five of Wands, okay? And for what it's worth, you know, you have everything here but water energy, for what it's worth, but okay. But a lot of struggles in this thing, okay? Two of Pentacles, really struggling to make a decision, very conflicted. Yeah, so they did think long and hard about it, but at the end of the day, and I'm not saying this was the smart thing, I'm saying this was their view. They felt like there was more wisdom in walking away from this thing, okay? King of Swords, okay? They felt like that would end some conflict within themselves, okay? The world at times can speak to endings and completion, and certainly that would be the case here. Emperor reversed, okay? Sometimes that has to do with just, you know, really instability. And certainly those two knights, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, would certainly speak to that. I'm getting instability. May have been arrogant. I don't know. Could have been the case. Okay, egotistical maybe. But unstable for sure. That's kind of what I'm getting. They just kind of didn't know what they want. But at the end of the day, yeah. I just don't think they were ready. I think that's the bottom line, Saggies. That's what I'm getting from all of this. They just really weren't ready. They thought they were, but then at the end of the day, they were like, I don't know. Oh, I'm out. Yep, and out like a flash. And you know, that Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands, that is pure energy that would go behind the ghosting behavior. So, boom, there you go. All right, Capricorns, why were you ghosted? Why were you ghosted, Capricorns? And, you know, if you guys want to delve into anything any deeper, you can certainly hit me up. Okay. All right. Let's take a look, Capricorn. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Capricorn. Why were you ghosted? Find out. It's crazy, the commonalities I'm getting in the storylines. Okay, Capricorn, this was a strong soul connection. Came in charging in like the knight in shining armor. Felt like home. Okay, Knight of Cups. All right. Knight of Wands, though. Real nervous. Could have involved distance. That may have been the issue. Could have involved children. That may have been the issue. Page of Wands reverse. A lot of doubt in this thing, okay? And really, for some of you, it had to do with other people's opinions, okay? Four of Pentacles, holding back, okay? And you know what? In their view, something else, there was some grass that was greener on another side. They were pursuing a new cycle with someone else. Wheel of Fortune, I do get that. Queen of Pentacles could have been focused on their job. So I see a number of possibilities here, and maybe it was a combination of all of those. But understand this. Yes, Sun reversed. Understand this. This is a strong soul connection, Capricorn. That it is always a higher purpose that typically has very little to do with love and romance, but all about waking you up to something, okay? And I don't know what it is, but maybe you're overly concerned about other people's opinions, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, it's all about waking you up to some things you probably need to work through. I'm just going to say that, okay? Yeah, Five of Cups, okay? All about, you know, among other things, focusing on the positives, okay? Instead of the negatives. This person is all focused on the 3 cups that are overturned in the picture instead of the 2 that are, you know, beautiful behind. If you focus on gratitude, you will manifest more reasons to be grateful, Capricorn, okay? Yeah, there you go. My confirmation, more reasons to be grateful. You know, stepping into your power, okay? There's an awful lot of folks, and you know, you pull the King and the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Again, speaks to strong soul connection. Boom. I really get that very strongly for you, but for some reason there was holding back and there was an ending. World card reversed, okay? But you are, you know, healing from this. I really do think that, and pursuing better days ahead. Okay, and being at the right place and coming into a place of self-awareness, great self-awareness, which is going to be very powerful for manifestation. All right, Capricorn, so that's kind of what I'm getting. All right, Aquarius gang, let's take a look. Why were you ghosted, Aquarians? Why were you ghosted? Let's find out. Let's find out, Aquarius. One more shuffle's going to do it. No cuts. That's what it's telling me. All right. So, all right. I'm getting a storyline already. All right. First of all, you guys probably came together because out of loneliness, which in and of itself is a indication of a lack of success. I can tell you that if you have a fear of being alone and that's why you get into a relationship, it's not going to end well ever. Okay. So let's talk about this thing. All right. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Certainly someone out of balance with something. Okay. Having priorities out of whack. Okay. And really, I've got a couple of cards that speak to not having worked through some past baggage on both of your parts, okay? Person was feeling very, very nervous about this thing. Knight of Wands could have involved distance for you as well, but disagreements, okay? Opposing viewpoints that were probably deal breakers and maybe pushing each other's buttons even. Queen of Swords in the reverse, somebody was really just not speaking their truth and denying their true feelings many times and neglecting themselves, okay? Now, here's the biggest thing. 3 of Swords could have very well involved a third party, but it is the card of heartbreak. This could have been a strong soul connection. I don't necessarily see that in these cards, but with the card of heartbreak coming up, I think that those of you Aquarians that this is your story, because I see the card of heartbreak. You were with this person for a little bit more time, or at least there was a strong connection. But there were some blindfolds on. Somebody was refusing to see something. Two of Swords sitting next to that Queen of Swords in reverse. Yes, okay. And a lot of nervousness about this thing. Possible distance issues, okay. And loneliness, fear of abandonment, okay. Often, yeah, Five of Swords. Again, hidden things, okay. Conflict. That's kind of what I'm getting. And maybe it was just too much drama for this person, but for whatever reason, this person was not seeing some things, and you may not either. I really think that, okay? Because we attract energy that is like where we are vibrationally, okay? So, Pisces, let's take a look at your situation, Pisces. Why were you ghosted? Why were you ghosted, Pisces? Let's take a look. Take a look, Pisces. Why were you ghosted? Why were my Pisces ghosted? All right, one more shuffle it is. One more shuffle it is. And one cut. Okay. All right. This is overwhelming. The number of repeats in the storylines on these things. Okay, first of all, Pisces, let's talk. You've got every zodiac sign represented here, just about. Okay, but here's the thing. This was a strong soul connection, very intense. Okay, a lot of passion, probably. The Lover's card may have been dealing with a Gemini, maybe not, but okay. You probably came together because you didn't want to be alone, not for any other reason. Nine of Swords, fear of abandonment. Page of Swords in the reverse, okay? A lack of objectivity. Why? Because you probably are coming together for the wrong reasons. And why is that? Because you have not worked through your crap from the past. Nine of Wands in the reverse can speak to that, okay? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, something was out of balance. And Queen of Wands in the reverse, okay, a controlling or hidden energy that is thought to be secret. Sometimes it's not so much, though. But this resoundingly is telling me something, Pisces. As I have said, I feel like a broken record in this entire reading, but it goes like this. These strong soul connections, when they come together and they end up in a debacle like this, it has nothing to do with romance. It has everything to do, yes, there was a reason. It happened for you and not to you, okay? It is for your benefit. This is the divine trying to get your attention that you need to work through some things, okay? And probably the other person as well. Whether they do that, you can't be responsible for that. But okay, you know, for some of you, this person was overly, you know, out of balance and really, really a workaholic, where almost to the point where their identity was in their job, okay, for some of you. But for whatever reason, the whole reason you came together was out of loneliness, more than likely for some of you. But at the end of the day, Nine of Wands reversed, your person felt like it was kind of fighting a losing battle to continue on with this thing, okay? Page of Swords in the reverse, probably overly critical of you, okay? And you know what? That's that mirroring thing. We're projecting what's really in our shadow that we don't know anything about because it's subconscious, okay? So in actuality, the things that they were criticizing you on were the things that they dislike about themselves. And that's how that mirroring thing really, really works. Just going to tell you, okay? You're actually mirroring yourself. So, but I get into that in some detail in my Twin Flame videos, in my Twin Flame playlist. I would also recommend Shadow Work for You, which is in my Life Preserver playlist right now. I'm going to do some more stuff on that. But that's kind of what I'm getting for you, Pisces. You know, just, you know, don't come together out of loneliness. There was something that was not known or thought to not be known with that Queen of Wands in the reverse like that, okay? But they felt like it was fighting a losing battle. May have been a lot of drama, okay? So with that being said, Pisces, that's kind of where I'm seeing things. Okay, so for everyone, let's get some overall advice from the tarot. Overall observations from the tarot, please. And if you haven't already done so, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Hit me up for a personal reading if you want to delve into anything in more detail. Okay, deal with your anger issues. Go inside and deal with your shadow. Knight of Wands, okay? You know, don't be afraid to take action to do this, okay? Don't be overly, be prudent, but not greedy with your time and resources, okay? And do not look at things from a resentful way, okay? Because again, that has to do with the fact that you have shadow work that needs to be done, okay? The Five of Swords in the reverse. Outgrow these things. Outgrow being overly critical of other people, judgmental, okay? And outgrow the drama. That's the advice of that card, okay? Overwhelmingly, I'm getting that. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Don't fear speaking your truth, okay? There's a balance here. My daughter and I had a really interesting conversation about this. Some zodiac signs struggle with opening up and actually coming forward with their full uncompromised truths, okay? Others, like me, I'm a Gemini, if we don't continually do our meditating, no, we'll speak our truth, but with such a sharp tongue that it's just going to cut your heart out, right? Well, there's a balance there, and meditation works with whichever type of a sign you are, okay? Whether you're the kind that is more about keeping the peace than speaking your truth, or like me, and you don't mind, speaking your truth, and you struggle to, temper that with kindness, okay? Kindness is not about, compromising your truth. The kindest thing you can do is be upfront and honest, but in a kind way, okay? Speak the truth in love. Speak the truth even when your voice shakes, okay? If you're one of those peacekeepers, speak the truth even when your voice shakes, okay? If you're like me and you got the sharp tongue, speak the truth in love, okay? There's the two pieces of advice there. Do not deny yourself. Do not neglect yourself. And if you're avoiding doing some healing and shadow work, trust and believe that's exactly what you're doing. Let's get some numerology for you guys, okay? Don't let your past be a problem. Don't let it hold you back, and I promise you it will if you don't do what this has just been a resounding message here, okay? Meditate and contemplate, okay? Pisces energy for what it's worth, okay? And, okay, so with that being said, let's get a quote for you guys. And again, hit me up for a personal reading if you would like. Subscribe and join my little family. And I love the likes and comments below, guys. It means the world. All right. Be prepared for your authenticity to offend some people. Talking about speaking your truth. Those are the ones who don't matter. Boom. Okay. I think that was really important. She lost him, but she found herself. And that was everything. Change the gender if you need to, because it doesn't matter. All right. Much love to all of you guys. Continued healing. Go inside. That's the bottom line. Until next time, I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments.